Alright, uh, guess I'm streaming. So, what am I doing here? Just want to see if I can take an idea and turn it into a website. The idea is for a pretty simple grade calculator, just want something I can smash out in a short time. And I want to make it so, well, you know what? Why don't I just talk to the AI? I'm gonna open up Raycast and open up SuperWhisper, and I'm going to explain my idea, and I guess that'll capture on the camera as well as in the AI. Yo, so I want to make a website, and I want to make it such that, well, let me back up a bit. When I was doing uni and I was doing my subjects, I would usually be a bit stressed over if I'm going to be able to get a good enough grade to pass the subject. And so one thing I would do sometimes is calculate my point potential, what I called it. So let's say I had assignment number one, and that was worth 10%. It had a weight of 10%. Then let's say I got like an 80% on that assignment. So that would mean that no longer am I capable of getting 100% as a grade for that entire subject. The best grade I could possibly get after that assignment is at 98%. And that's because if I got 80% on a subject that's worth 10% of the grade for the subject, then in a sense it kind of knocks off 20% times the weight, 10%, 2%, knocks off 2% from the total uh, highest grade I could then get for that subject. Let's say I do assignment number two and it's worth 20%. Then let's say I get a kind of a shit grade on that one. Maybe I get like a 50%. Well, then it would be 50% of 20% that I've lost off of the total potential grade I could get for that subject. So 50% of 20% becomes 10%. So then the point potential has gone from 100% to 98% to 88%. So essentially, I just want to put all this into a little calculator on a site, maybe deploy it with something simple like Vercel, and then kind of imagine I would have maybe a drop down showing, um, wait, no. I'd have a button to say like add a subject. Maybe I'm doing um, algorithms and data structures, and maybe that's got three different assignments, one worth 10%, one worth 20%, one, and then the final exam worth 70%. So I'd want to put in the subject name and then the assignments for each of those subjects and the weights for those assignments. Then, after that, I would want to be able to put in the grade I got into each of those assignments, and eventually it'll kind of uh, populate what the point potential is for the subject. So let's say if I've maybe done a few assignments, didn't do so well on them, and I've knocked my point potential down to about 70%, and then let's say I've got a final exam coming up, which is worth, I don't know, half the subject, then I'd probably want to do a calculation and see, well, what kind of marks do I have to get on this exam for me to be able to pass the subject? Uh, and then, yeah, that's where the point potential calculation kind of come into play. So I think that's enough context to give you an idea of what kind of website I want to build. Pretty simple. Um, and probably want to deploy it on something simple like Vercel, so don't have to worry so much about infrastructure and shit like that. Keep it low cost, free ideally. So, given all that, walk me through how I can make this app. So this is SuperWhisper. I try to not really write too much code or anything really. I try and just use my voice where I can. Okay, break down this project, suggest a straightforward approach. Let's see. Yeah, framework. I don't really care that much for this case because it's going to be so simple. Um, Features. Yeah. React, sure. Um, okay, okay. So usually when I've used Vercel, I've just been like selecting templates and deploying from there. Walk me through how I would go about using that approach to deploy this app. Maybe select a template, create a repo, clone the repo locally, makes my adjustments using Cursor IDE. Or maybe it makes more sense to just run one of these commands and create the project from scratch locally. Help me weigh up the benefits of each one and keep your answers very concise. Configure settings, I do like that. Get deployment. Uh, Local creation. Late, no. Yeah, fair enough. Let's do that. So now, let's see, I need to run that command, and that means it's time to open IDE, and guess I'll run this in the terminal. Grade calculator, is that the word? Point potential calculator. Uh, all right, sure. Yes, I definitely want to use ESLint. Yes, I want to use the source directory. App router, I don't know, it's recommended, so sure. Turbo pack. Oh, turbo pack. Is that live now? That's from the guys. So from Turbo Repo, I saw that they also made Turbo Pack, and then high performance bundler for RSC. The hell is RSC? Uh, why am I asking here? What is RSC in the context of Turbo Repo, Turbo Pack? Oh, React Server Components. Sure. All right. Sounds good to me. Now, let's proceed. Uh, so run that command in Cursor. Import alias. Yeah, I kind of like import aliases. Um, sure. All right, while that's happening, I suppose I should log into Vercel. I'm logged in with GitHub. Ugh, very nice. Okay, let's add. Well, actually, I don't need to add anything. I'll probably be locally. Um. Okay, so that has been created now. So let's add up. Get rid of this, and got here. So we've installed our node mods, source directory. Right now, we want to make sure that Cursor has indexed this entire code base, and it already has. Very good, because I am not going to be writing much code by hand. I am just going to be getting the AI to do it. So, where are we at so far? Oh yeah, so let's come back into here and get rid of this crap. Alright, so I've run that command to create the app locally, and now I need to deploy to Vercel. Are you saying I just push to GitHub and then that's it? Is there some other step I'm going to have to take? Uh, yeah, okay. Alright, well, let's push it, publish to public repository, and so, um, alright, what have we got here? Okay, simple enough. Now, if I jump into Vercel, is this going to show up? Add new project. Let's see, potential calculator. Yes, I'll need to import that. That things. Okay, deploy. Looks easy so far. Would also like to be able to test this out locally, of course. I'm sure there's instructions for that in the README. Uh, so we're using, looks like packagelock.json, so I'll do npm install, which shouldn't really need to because of modules. And then npm dev. Okay. What the hell is that? Um, Now I don't know if it's an issue that I've got this inside of a folder that contains a space. Sometimes that can cause issues, so maybe I'll just and then this will break, but that's fine because I can open it up again and open folder, give me that point potential calculator. Now, if I open a new terminal and try that again, npm install case, npm run dev. It was because there was a space in the folder name. Okay, what does this look like? It does not look like a point potential calculator. That's all right. Let's go and make sure that this is once again indexed. Resync that index. Gosh, that was quick. I don't really need a debugger right now, but I guess it can stay anyway. Now, what files have we got in here? Well, what if I just take the prompt that I used before, initially in Raycast, and instead just paste that into Cursor? I'm going to use Composer, and I'm going to use it in agent mode just because this agent mode is pretty powerful. Sometimes it really surprises me. Skip, I've already done that. Yes, it was already set up. Very good. Okay, yep. So now it's going to be creating some files. We've got a subject file, assignment, subject, subject summary, and then calculations, calculate subject summary. Okay. Subject at assignments.for each. And this does look like the point potential calculation. 100% would be the max possible grade. If you got 100%, then it actually knocks off nothing. It'll knock off 0% off your potential if you get 100% on assignment. Now this just keeps going. Oh my god, it's just going. Pretty cool. Nice job, Cursor. And yes, let's add a proper title and description. Good idea. Okay. Um, well, that's already better than what we had before. So I think this would probably be a good opportunity to just accept all. And look, do I even need pull requests? I don't know if it really matters here, given the approach I'm taking. Usually I do pull requests, but something quick and dirty and like this, maybe not necessary. Um, Generate a commit message. That is a lot better than whatever I was gonna write, but it's a bit wordy. Um, Maybe I'll go over to the chat and say, diff, help me write a concise commit message. That is a little bit better. Sure. And push. Now I'm guessing that when I push that, this project is going to go live very quickly. So that's hosted over here. And given that I've just pushed a change, this should be updated pretty soon. Guessing I'll be able to, yeah, so there's a build happening here. Status building. How long did that last build take? How do I see my builds? This here? Ah, yes. It took 50 seconds. So this is probably already done now. Nope, nope, nope. All right, let me check that build. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ah. An ESLint. You know what? Maybe it was a mistake to just push straight to production without even thinking to build it myself first. Let's. Well, this should be iterating on lints. Is this iterating on lints? Ah, this should definitely be iterating on lints. This is a fantastic option in Cursor. Pretty much means that if there are lint errors, then Composer will just run again to fix it so that I don't have to go through and fix it myself. That probably would have saved us some time here. Um, anyway, let's any other settings I should enable? Bug Finder, that's too expensive. I want to that. Partial accepts, I don't care about. Cursor prediction, I do want. Frequent comments, sure. Yes. Just want my agent mode. Auto scroll to bottom, yes. Auto files outside of context, yes. Collapse inbox. Oh, I think. No. Okay. So then maybe I'll say, maybe I'll turn this off and just confirm what are the commands I have at hand. I've got a lint command, so I'll run npm run lint, and that is going to spit out an error. So then I'll say add it to the chat. I actually wanted to add that to Composer. Can I not do that? Fine. Fix my ESLint errors too. Nice and easy. Okay. Now, let me just... Oh, it's going to run a command for me. Yes, that's what I was just about to run. Oh, very nice. No warnings or errors. Okay. Well, anything else we should check? TypeScript, is this doing type checking? Hope so. Alright. Fix ESLint error. And push that up. Alright. Now while that's building, let's actually make this a bit better. So do npm run dev locally again. So it looks like this. And is it functional? My subject is, I don't know, blah, and add assignment. Yes. In the maybe this assignment is worth 10%. And okay. Well, that looks a bit crap. Let's take a screenshot, put that into Cursor, and say, oi, this looks a bit crap. Can you make it better? Let's just see what that does. Page text, generating. How's that build going? Okay, that is live. Very cool. Okay, and how's this looking? Ooh. Okay, that's actually a lot prettier. Nice. Good job, Cursor. Can't believe you can get so much out of just saying, this is crap, make it better. Love Cursor agent mode. Alright, so made several improvements to the UI. Yes, very nice. Um, well, it looks better. And are there any ESLint errors? Report. Looks good to me. Um, it's automatic commit. Like, yeah, good enough. All right, send it now. Um, is it any more functional than before? Add assignment with that. Assignment with 90%. All right, so I'm going to take another screenshot. It's into Cursor. I don't know if the screenshot really matters much, but I'm just going to describe some feedback using Cursor. Okay, so uh, visually it's looking okay, um, but functionally they've got some problems. So one, at the bottom you say required grades and you autofill things like to achieve 50% overall, to achieve 60% overall, to achieve 70% overall. Um, I guess that's nice, but I just don't really like the way that this is all laid out. So I feel like there should be some sort of form validation saying that the total assignments for the subject need to add up to a weighting of 100%. Because if they don't, then the calculations here are pretty meaningless. Like before, I put in assignment 2, assignment 1 worth 10%, and then at the bottom it's got like required grades to achieve 50% overall, not possible, to achieve 60% overall, not possible. That all just looks a bit crap. And I'll take some screenshots to show you what So I think it would be better if it was not just showing all these weird, misleading calculations, and actually held off on these kinds of calculations until the users actually entered assignments with total weightings adding up to 100%. Um, and also, I should be able to remove an assignment. Currently, I cannot remove an assignment after adding it. I can only edit the title. Um, and also, after adding a subject, I cannot edit the name of the subject. So, yeah, a few issues to fix up there. Fix them up, please. And how is that deployment going? Yeah, looking a bit better. Um, okay. What's that looking? Ugh, accidentally pressing Shift Enter. Ah, I am not running locally. Better fix that. add subject, I don't know. Let's just do our blah subject again. And edit that. Okay, well, that's one bug. All right, more feedback. So when I added the subject, I was not able to remove the subject. And also, when I got rid of the title of the subject, like just made it empty, that subject name field, for an existing subject, then it's just this blank bar on the top, and I cannot do anything about it. So that doesn't seem right. Um, Assignment. Let's see. If I had 100% on the assignments, yeah, that looks good. It populates all these things saying how much percent you need on remaining assignments. Sure. Um, if I say that there's one assignment and it's worth 100% and I got 50% off it, I actually have an error that pops up. So, got a few things to fix up there. I'll paste the error that I got below. There you go, fixing those up. Component is changing uncontrolled input to be controlled. Okay. I'm sure it knows how to fix that. Meantime, I'll have to figure out maybe I want a custom name for this. Custom website address. Guessing that's something I can buy or sell, but it's probably a paid thing. Question: if I wanted to have my app deployed on a website other than like the site name .vercel.app, and I wanted to do that for free, what would my options be? Like, let's say I wanted to call it pointpotentialcalculator.com. Is there a way to do that for free? If so, options. Now, how is this going? Input validation. I see some problems. Fix these problems. You can just copy the whole problems section and then just paste it into Cursor, and it'll usually do a decent job at fixing it up. Now, for the options here. Um, Custom domain, free option. Yeah, I don't really care that much. The current website address is fine. How is this going? Yes, iterate on lints, fix up any lint errors, because I can see one problem over here. Uh, well, fix this type error. Might just stage this, just because I'm see what. So what's the code looking like? Remove subject, subject name, remove assignments. Test updates. Not the cleanest code, but fix that up later. Now, was that type error fixed? I believe it was. So, how's this looking now? Subject name. Blah. And I can get rid of that now. Very good. Okay. Let's add our blah subject, add assignment, assignment 1. What happens if I have an empty field here? Let's say that one is worth 50 and the other is worth 50. Oh, if I scroll it, that's a bit annoying. I don't think I like that because I accidentally scroll stuff the numbers. Um, but it did fix up some of the other issues I mentioned, so I can edit this now, get rid of it, and it won't let me add a subject. So there should be some form validation. All right. I think it's push worthy. Give me another commit message, please. Yeah, I don't even care. All right, send it. Okay. Next. Let's give some more feedback. Yo. So, some more feedback for you. When I press add subject, I would like there to be some kind of input validation that says the subject name cannot be empty. Something like that. Box glows red, you know, React components, that sort of thing. Um, and what else? I don't like how when I'm scrolling with my mouse wheel and I happen to one of these uh, number boxes like weight or grade, how that scroll actually starts changing the number because I've been unintentionally just like scrolling the page and it's been changing the numbers on me, messing up my calculations. I don't want that. So get rid of that scrolling, adjusting the number behavior. And what else? Um, I don't like how the total weights are able to go to over 100%. That should not be allowed. There should be some sort of validation there. Additionally, weights should not be allowed to be higher than 100%. And grade should not be allowed to be higher than 100%. So, yeah, need some more input validation going on here. All right, apply that feedback. Maybe while that's happening, I'll open up a separate chat. I'll say, so after deploying on Cursor, um, I do not have. Okay. Yes. All right. So I got some input validation there. Add assignment. I try and oh, it'll just autocorrect to 100%. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Um, so it feels a bit jarring that when I'm entering numbers and I happen to like enter a 3-digit number or something over 100%, it feels a bit jarring that it just autocorrects the number to 100%. Um, Additionally, when I've got an assignment that's worth 100% and I get 100% on it, nothing else shows up. So that's a bit confusing because before I was getting all these numbers at the bottom. Uh, I, yeah, this auto correcting of the numbers I do not like. I feel like there needs to be a way for me to enter different numbers, but then have to press like enter to submit the number, and and maybe also like some kind of form validation on that field, so it'll block you from entering a number that's not within the acceptable bounds. Um, and what else? I don't really like how these required grades pop up at the bottom like that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It just, I mean, I don't really know where I want them, but I just feel like it doesn't look quite right in its current state. That required grades section. Um, Also, I would like to be able to, uh, I guess, have the subjects displayed as maybe as like an accordion, so that when viewing one subject, then maybe the other subjects collapse. And when I view another subject, then yeah, you get the idea. So maybe I'll do something like that. All right, apply all that feedback. What's our code base looking like at the moment? Got pretty much all the logic in this page.tsx. Now, in the past, I have spent a lot of time getting like the code structure right before really adding a lot of the functionality. But in this case, I am really just trying to smash out something that's functional as soon as possible. And also, I know with Cursor, it can do a pretty good job at refactoring. So start by just putting all the logic in one file, most of the logic in one file. For a simple project like this, that's probably okay. And then at the end, once it's all functional, I say, all right, now split it up and clean it up. Give me good code architecture, different folders, different files, etc. Okay, what does that do? Okay, more of an accordion now. That. what did it say in the output? Several major improvements. Yep, expandable audience, animations, input validation. Yep. And let's enter a subject and I don't know, 50%, and this one 20%, and this one's 30%. Ah, okay. And if I get like a 40% here, and it says you could not possibly get 80% anymore. But if you got 100% of all these, then you could. Interesting. Okay. So I don't quite like how it's just press enter to submit because that's a little unintuitive. I feel like there should probably be some more visual element showing that you're just editing the field and the changes aren't applied until you click apply or press enter. So we need to make that more clear. I do like how I can just enter any number into the field, and it won't actually take effect until I hit enter, but I also just, it's so weird. Just I enter a number and I click off and it hasn't applied and I'm confused. It just doesn't seem right. What other feedback do I have? I think it should also allow me to calculate things like, so let's say I've done my first assignment, and then I've got a second assignment and then an exam. So I'd be interested to try different calculations and see things like, all right, well, if I got 80% on assignment two, then what would I have to get on the exam to pass? Or if I got 50% on assignment two, then um, what's the highest grade I can get if I max out the exam? So I'd like to be able to calculate different variations like that. I don't think it's a very good idea to just have these different um, calculations come up saying things like, uh, oh, what the hell? Okay, I got another bug to report. For the weight, I entered a number of 50% in each one. You know what? Actually, never mind. This is probably just related to me not pressing enter. It's that bug where it's unintuitive that I had to press enter. Um, but yeah, these required grades to achieve 80%, 70%, 60%, 50%. I don't really like that. Uh, I mean, what makes you think that 80% is a meaningful number to me or 50% is a meaningful number to me? Like, I just want to see what the numbers are um, without really having these auto selected 50, 60, 70, 80 numbers. That's not right to me. So I think we need to rejig the UI a bit there. So take my feedback and run with it and give me something better. see what it does. Disappeared because changes were applied and there does not seem to be any sort of saving functionality. Oh, that's the question I was going to ask before. So when deploying my app on Vercel, uh, let's say it's just a simple potential calculator app. I mean, you can see my code base and see what it is basically. What would be my best options for saving state? So I'm guessing I could use just some database, uh, but I think it should be fairly simple. I don't even really imagine that you'd need any kind of login functionality, but I would like it to somehow save your session. And I think I would also like to be able to visit that same site both in browser and on mobile and not have to re-enter everything. Which makes me think that some sort of authentication mechanism might be appropriate, but I also want to keep things relatively simple. And also, this just seems like a service where to have to sign in seems like top. What are my options here, given I'm to sell? Let's submit it with the context of our code base so we can all our files and see what's relevant. Local storage with a URL state. Yes. This URL state could work, then you can just share the link. Sessions. eh. Yeah, I think the URL state is a good idea. Alright, now how did the composer go? Added an apply button, enter key for quick input, there for calculator, grade targets, feedback, improve calculations. What does that look like? What's what? Click apply and it doesn't bloody do anything. Cursor. If you get this grade on assignment, okay. Let's say I want to get a passing grade, then I would. What? No. Alright. So I need you to have a proper look through this code base because you keep on getting the calculations wrong and giving me just unintuitive stuff in the UI and weird stuff like I'm entering a number here and I press apply and it doesn't even apply, it just goes back to zero when the apply button disappears. So you've got a few problems in this code base. So I want you to go and have a look through all the code, find all the problems, all the bugs, and fix all of them. Look back to what my original intention was for this point potential calculator and see what those calculations should look like, and also look at all of your Y logic, state logic, make sure that it's sensible and there's no obvious glaring bugs. And I want you to keep going for a while. I don't want you to just make us, you know, like one round of file changes and then ask me, like, do you want any additional improvements? Because you're probably just going to come back and serve me more shit. I don't want to be served shit. So you need to go and audit all the code base, fix everything. Now, let's add the code base context. Oh, I guess I can't. Well, whatever. Not a whole lot of context in here. Um, go. Let's see what happens. Let's review the calculation. Check the types. Yes. Doesn't really handle the case with the refinements. Yes. Yep. Y button is disappearing. Let's fix these issues systematically. Let's remove. Or is that just something that gets calculated? Ah, yeah. Okay, so it's made some adjustments to calculations. TS. Yes. Yes, that's a good idea. Update the types to match our new calculation logic. I hadn't really considered so much the what if scenario here. I mean, I guess point potential, there is an implication that you're thinking, yeah, if this grade, what if grade? But it's an interesting take on the what if. Let's iterate on hints. I can see there are some problems here. And that fixed all the problems. It looks like it is one more. actually streaming. Probably check, eh? Oh, it is too. Visit that same site. Oh shit, that's me. In browser and on mobile, and not have to re-enter. Okay. Um. I've got another type error. Okay. What does that look like now? Add assignment. Assignment 1 with a grade, or with a weight of 50. And yes, the total weight must equal 100%. Well, that doesn't look very good. Alright, so I've got another bug. I put in 2 different assignments, each one worth 50%. And I'm getting this annoying form validation issue saying total weight must equal 100%, which it does. It grades into each of them. Shouldn't have to. This is a potential calculator. You can add grades as I go along, but it's not required to have different grades. I also yeah, there's also just some weird. You know, I don't think I really like this what if calculator or this what if section. I don't. I just think it's overcomplicating things, and like the point potential calculator needs to be simple. Um, and I also don't like this apply button because it doesn't seem to do anything. So yeah, let's get rid of the apply button. Let's get rid of the what if. I take back the suggestion that I had to press enter to submit the grades. I think it's much nicer to just type them in, and you can get a form validation error if you put in a number that exceeds 100%. And then also the validation for the total weight must equal 100%. Like it seems like that shouldn't really be on each field. It seems like that should probably be on the subject. And also it should refuse to give you calculations until you've provided weights that add up to 100%. Because otherwise these calculations make no sense. And what else? Um, and also these calculations are just wrong because I'm putting 50% into each weight for 2 different assignments, and then 50% is the grade for each one, and it's all coming up 0. So you got a bunch of stuff to fix up. Now get to work. of code there. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth just opening up a new composer, because I just find sometimes these AI chats composing just get a bit worse the longer the conversation goes on. See how we go with this next one. Type mismatch. Thank you. That up. Okay, fix the weight input handling, fix the grade input handling, improve the validation. That all sounds very nice in theory. I see that I have a type error. Oh, I'll just manually. Let's accept all. So, how is this look? Alright, add assignment, weight 50%, weight 20%, weight 30%. Um, ah, uh, get rid of the required grade section. I don't like it. Instead, I would rather just see, like, based on the assignments that I've had so far and the grades I've got for each of those assignments, then what is the highest possible number I could get in terms of a grade for the entire subject. And yeah, I think let's actually simplify this. I think we've overcomplicated it. I think that these amounts should be going. Actually, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I want to get rid of the required grades. I want to make it so that there is some sort of, I don't know if form validation is the right word. I guess some sort of validation, some sort of indicator on the subject itself that indicates how whether we've added weights that will add up to 100%, and if not, that should show some sort of warning, and it should not be calculating anything until you've given weights for each assignment that add up to 100%. Also, we really need some like text to kind of guide the user on what to do here. because it's not really clear to me who's bloody making this, like how I as a user would be expected to use this. Like the intention should be that the user goes through and adds all their assignments and exams or whatever, all the things that have some sort of contribution to their grade for the subject. And then for each of those, they could add either the grade they've got, or if they haven't got a grade yet, then I guess point potential sits at 100%. But it should be kind of clear why it's 100%. Um, and yeah, I guess that's my main feedback for now. Fix it all up. Now, I'm going to try two separate things. First thing, I'm going to try and just put that prompt in here and see what it does. And if I get a bad result, I'm just going to try and open it in Cursor and put the same prompt into there. See if we get something nicer. Okay. Oh. Uh, this is a problem. That function. It does not. So I'm not really happy with what I got there. So I'm going to reject that, just did, and I'm instead going to take the prompt and put it into a new user. And additionally, I want my initial prompt in there so that it's more clear what problem I'm actually trying to solve here. Uh, where? Okay, new composer. Oh, bruh. Stop, stop. To use agent mode. Let's just see. Okay, that got rid of the type error. Oh, bruh. Hell, it's not even functional now. That's crap. No, thank you. Give that to me. Agent mode. Let's add all the context. Now I'm sort of questioning, is the code base just a bit crap in the sense that I'm getting crap results because I've got crap code in the code base that is, confusing the AI into what my actual intentions are here. That can happen. Okay, several significant improvements. Love to hear it. Move the required grade section. Good. Validation. Added user guide. Gate validation. Human behavior. Better UX. What does this look like? How to use. Okay. Add a subject using the form. Alright. I don't know. Maths 101. Uh, and for each subject, add all assignments that contribute to your final grade. Okay. Well, maybe I've got, uh, yeah, online assessment that's worth 10%. And then maybe I've got, yeah, and I've got this warning here. Weights total 10%, need 90% more. Okay, I like that. Um, and why do I not have super capturing feedback so I don't have to repeat it with AI? So yes, like the how to use section, like how there's a bit of a warning that says weights total 10%, need 90% more. Um, Weights are valid. Yeah. Online assessment. I don't know. Exam, whatever. The exam's worth. It's it's one of those subjects. Um, all right. So weights are valid. Now let's say I got, I don't know, 50% online assessment. Potential. We got 99%. Potential 9. That does sound right. Current total 9.9%. Uh-huh. Testing. So, oh, so yeah, I guess I like the way that it's calculating, but my feedback would be one, I think I actually would prefer to see these totals and point potentials updated while I'm typing into the input box. I know earlier I said like I want to hit enter or click apply. I'm going to go back on that decision. I think it's better if I can just see the full final calculations live update as I'm entering text to the text box, grades or weights or whatever. Um, and I just don't want to have to hit enter because that's a bit unintuitive. Now, additionally, it confuses me that the weights, sorry, not the weights, the calculations for things like whether the weights are valid and what the total is and what the point potential is. It annoys me that those are up the top. I'd rather those be down the bottom. Because, point potential, I'm kind of thinking about what's my grade going to be at the end of the subject. And so just, I imagine that the user would be reading from top to bottom, like, all right, assignment 1 happens first, assignment 2 happens second, exam happens, and then there is a final grade. So I feel like that's the kind of order that this UI needs to flow in. And other feedback I have. Um, yeah, I guess that's the main feedback for now. So it definitely did a better job when I created a new composer, which is interesting. Or if I should just be creating a new composer every time. Ugh, a 5-minute break. Let that agent run for a bit. Okay. How did that go? So change. Maybe I should actually be looking. So I need this warning to be a bit more clear when the weights are not adding up to 100%, because really the calculations are meaningless unless they total to 100% the weights across the subjects. So, well, I do have that text there. It just feels like it needs to be more obvious. I don't know. Maybe the whole subject panel should be discolored, or yeah, I don't know about that. You know what? You can figure out what a nice UI looks like. But I just need it to be more obvious when the weights are not totaling up to 100%. Um, like maybe there should be something that says like, oh, uh, like say when I add two assignments and one's 80%, one's 10%, maybe there should be some sort of like a suggestion to add another assignment because they're not currently adding up to 100%. But also, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm probably overcomplicating this prompt right now. Uh, Now, if I put in a grade of 80% for the subject worth 80%, then no calculations show up. That makes sense. If my weights total up to 100%, and I said I got a grade of 80% and the subject worth 80%, that would be taking off, let's see, 20%. Come on, I should be able to calculate this. Take off 4, so it would be a point potential of. Is that right? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, we'd take off 16 because it's worth 80%. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, if I got 90%, take off 8. Okay. Then the current total 72%. Well, let's say I got 100% on this assignment. Um, um, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a screenshot of this site, and I want you to look at it and tell me what other improvements we could make to UI to make it all feel intuitive. Warning next to the validation message. Settle yellow. Yeah. Assignment layout can be improved. Inputs feel a bit cramped. Yeah. Delete button seems disconnected from the rest. Don't really agree with that, but see what it does. Okay, see what this looks like. Weights total 0%, need 100% more. Add assignment. So, right off the bat, it says, like, I add a new subject and it says, weights total 0%, need 100% more. Yeah, that makes sense. But then it says, try adding another assignment worth 100% to reach 100%. That seems a bit weird because my assignment is probably not going to be worth 100%. So I think maybe remove that line. Now, if I add a grade when the weights do not add up to 100%, then I guess I don't really need any other feedback because the thing being yellow seems like enough. Weights are valid, total 100%. Uh-huh. Now, when it says point potential 65%, I kind of feel like it would be nicer if it said something like the highest grade, or like given that you got 30% on assignment one, then the highest grade you could get, assuming you got 100% on assignment two, would be 65%. So, yeah, something more like that, where it's actually more intuitive what these numbers really mean. Point potential, yeah, it means something to me, probably doesn't mean so much to the end user here. Uh, and then current total 15%, like, yeah, I don't know if that really makes much sense either. So, we'll give you another screenshot. I want you to work on making this UI more intuitive. Language more intuitive, remove necessary suggestion. Good. I probably should do a push soon because it's still better than what I've got deployed at the moment. I like the way these boxes got to be intuitive. It's pretty. Based on your completed assignments, your current grade is 15%. If you get 100% on all remaining assignments, then your final grade would be 65%. So that's a bit better. Um, this bit feels a bit confusing. It says if you get 100% on all remaining assignments worth 100%, your final grade would be 100%. It's confusing because it's like so many percentages in the one sentence. We'll send you another screenshot. How could you make this a bit more intuitive? Okay, no grades entered yet. Best possible grade 100%. Assuming perfect score. 100%, yeah. Okay, you currently have 50% of this subject. Now, if that was only worth 50%, then it would say, oh, yeah, well, you need assignment. So currently have 25% this subject. Best possible grade 75%, assuming perfect score. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Um, all right, cool. Um, I might deploy that in its current state. Let me check for lint errors first. Oh, get rid of that. Accept all. Very good. And that last commit. And push it up. Now, I think it would also be nice if we could add some kind of demo on this page with sample data. So, like, let's imagine that you're doing computer science at uni, maybe just populate some of the subjects with some sample assignments and some example weights for those assignments, and then maybe like some will have calculations, or some will have like one grade entered, some will have no grades entered, some will have all the grades entered. I just want to be able to show off some sort of sample for this point potential calculator. So I think that maybe by default it should actually be populated with demo data so that it's clear what this in its final state should actually look like. And then there should be some button to clear the demo data so you can start adding your own subjects and your own assignments. So implement something like that. Oh, and also, um, I want to be able to store the state of the site in URL parameters so that you can just get a shareable link that you could open on your phone or your desktop just by pressing the link. And then that should populate with all your subjects, all your assignments, any weights or grades that you've added. And additionally, there should be a button on the page saying like, oh yeah, if you want to use this elsewhere, then copy this link to do so. So I have just come up with sort of a preemptive prompt for like the next thing I want to before I dig into that. I want to see what just happened here. So if we open it for the oh yeah, right, not anymore. Let's check for lint errors. Right, let's start that dev server again. Okay. Web development project front-end app API. Yeah. I want to see all accordions expanded by default. You can collapse accordions if you'd like to. By default, they should all be expanded. I think that's more intuitive. So now I'm going to take this follow-up prompt and I'll just cut it out, put it back. No grades entered yet. Best possible grade, 100%. Database system. Alright, they're all expanded now. I need the fact that it's populated with demo data to be more clear, and there to be like a big fat button saying like clear demo data. Because you probably wouldn't want to be adding your own subjects until you've gotten rid of this demo data, right? Or maybe you just want to edit the demo data, I don't know. No, you probably don't want to edit the demo data. Yeah, I probably could deploy this in its current state. No, no, actually no. I'll wait for this next section. I do want it to be clear that you should be deleting the demo data. This calculator is pre-populated with sample computer science subjects to demonstrate how it works. Clear the demo data to start adding your own subjects. Yeah, that seems better. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes. Add a subject name. Oh. Well, after I cleared the demo data and then added the subject, it says demo data is loaded again. So that's not good. I'm about to open. I swear it just gets shitter as the longer the conversation goes on. Okay. Assignment 50%. Assignment 40%. Another assignment with 10%. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Adding another. Oh, can add two subjects with the same name. I guess. Um. Yes, that does throw a warning if it's too high. Very good. Um. Yeah, that seems like it's worth deploying. So, let me just quickly check for lint errors. I'm going to open up a new composer and ask about this URL encoding. Alright, give me another commit message. Now, let's open up a fresh composer and uh, let's add all this logic, put it on agent mode. Let's see how that goes. Oh, wait, what the hell just happened here? Hang on. Cancel. Cancel. Why did this? Did that revert it to a previous? Looks like it reverted it to a previous state, which I did not want. Yes, I got rid of demo data. Let's get rid of those changes. Once again. Create a file here. Share your calculations. That did not copy the link, did it? Well, what happens if I clear the demo data and I add my subject and it looks like this? What is that going to look like? Exactly the same. Good. And then if I was to add something here and a grade there and another assignment worth 55 and that grade, then I add another subject called that, and then now it looks like this. If I copy the link, then that looks exactly the same. Very good. All right, good job, Cursor. I think that did everything I needed it to do. Checking lints again. Ah. Fix these lints. I must not have this lint extension. Turn that. iterate on lints and notice that this also needs to go, right? Yes. Very good. Okay. So check those lints one more time. Very good. Now, generate another commit message. Sure. Okay. And yeah, all right. So I think it's pretty much functional now. But let's let's then say we'll give it this photo and I'll go to one of my previous composers. And I'll say not that composer, this one. No? Ugh. That was the one where I put in my original idea. Load older. That's the one. Okay. Jump into that new composer. Ah, this one. Uh, Now I think it would be good if I could put this context into the Yo, so here was the original idea that kind of started this app, this project that I got going here. It's already deployed on Vercel. It's deployed on this URL, which I will paste to you. And so I want you to take all this info and write a updated README indicating what this project is and how it works, and then some of the functionality about it, and maybe also update the package.json with any appropriate fields as well. Yes, a comprehensive read. Okay, see what this looks like in the preview. Point potential calculator, a web-based calculator that helps students track their potential max grade in a subject. Add multiple subjects to track simultaneously. Calculation, calculate with others via unique URL. Mobile friendly design, is it? I'll have to check that out. Example. Yeah, seems good. And then what do they do? Package.json. Yep. That is, huh? Let's figure out my name. Did I say my name? I don't know. Interesting. Um, yeah. Cool. And yeah, sure. Update that README and deploy. Now let's also check out the deployed app on Vercel. Cool, got some demo data loaded. The demo data, sure. Um, refresh this page. Take a big long screenshot. And I'm going to say, Cursor, how can we make this prettier? Now, also, we just want to resync the index and make sure that it's actually aware of all the code in the code base. Because sometimes it gets a bit behind and misses out on some of the relevant things, such as the README I just added. So, um, look at this image and look at my README to understand what app I've built and try and improve the UI. Identify some areas for improvement, whether it be the layout, the design, anything, and then make those improvements. Yes, that's right. Visual hierarchy and spacing, color scheme and visual feedback, mobile. Curiosity, how does this even look? Well, let's F12 at this. Oh wow, that's crap. Um, yes, let's improve that mobile response, please. Let's get our local dev server running again so we can actually see what the changes look like. How does that look? The what? See my recent mess. Okay. Okay, are those TypeScript errors resolved? Kinda looks like it. Okay. Okay, that looks a bit more slick. Oh. Oh. Well, let's just give it another screenshot. Um, you did good, but these numbers, like the weights and grade numbers, seem out of alignment. So need to fix that up. Uh, other than that, oh, and some of the headings are out of alignment. So yeah, it's mainly just alignment issues. So other than that, I liked a lot of the changes you made. Um, fix all that crap up. Here's a picture of what it looks like. Interesting that it removed a bunch of best possible. Oh, did I make a mistake in naming it point potential? Should I have called it best possible calculator? Best possible grade.firstl.app. Yeah. What does this look like now? Better. It's alright, but it's not really clear that some of these are actually input fields, so I need some way to make that more clear, like the weight and the grade. It almost looks like an image or something that can't be edited, but it can be edited, so somehow I need to make that more intuitive visually. That, what? Reject. Didn't do what I wanted. So, now I'll just create a new command. Alright, give it a screenshot. Now, I think after this, probably good enough, and we'll just focus on making the code base a bit tidier. Oh, I forgot to use it on agent mode. Continue. Okay, yes, yes, that's better. Oh, wait, that's worse. Ugh. I don't like what you've done here. Yo, can you add just some sort of like outline around these text fields to make it more clear that they are text fields? But now they appear. Ah, so it was able to appear. Wasn't clear before. Alright, what change did that just make? Or is that literally the change it made? Oh, okay. I feel like I'm better before. You know what? Maybe this is good enough. I'm just nitpicking. When I enter a value, oh, yeah, good enough. Pretty good enough. Let's just check those lint areas one more time. Alright, good, good. Now, this code base is very messy and unorganized. Analyze the structure of my code base and then decide on an appropriate code structure and file structure. And then, yes, refactor and re-architect this code base to be as clean as possible. Think best practices all the way through. Best practices for Next.js and React and separation of concerns and not having one massive 500 line file that has your bloody React component like all in just one, break this stuff up into separate functions and separate files. Best practices. All right, go. List the directory, looks at the source directory, looks at the source app directory. Okay, yeah, that looks all right. Yes, I can run those commands. And that should have just made some extra folders appear. Very good. Cursor's usually pretty good at this refactoring stuff in agent mode. Okay. This will have to be addressed. That's subject form. Look at this, it just keeps going and going and going. Love it. What's that? 10 files, one prompt. And page.tsx should be reduced in size. 113 lines. That's it. Yes, now fix up those lengths. Very good. Code base for the type. Bit hard to read. Um, Fix these other issues. Like it always says, it's going to address them one by one. Okay, done here. Got use link configuration. Next. Okay. Now, what's the linter saying? Uh, I will just delete that one. I will accept all. And that should mean no lint errors, but the real question is the app still the same as what it was? Or did the refactor change things? Let's see. Oh, oh, that's no good. I'll just paste that error right in. Now look, there are some minor modifications I could have added here to make it a bit tidier, but for what it is, not bad. Now does it, oh no. Oh, that looks way different. I don't like that. Um, this, is this an error or not? Oh, that's better. Um, so how do I tell Cursor that you messed up my stuff? Um, I'm not sure if that's something I can really handle in agent mode, because I don't think I can supply a diff of my working state, but I probably could just take my original page .tsx, which was here, because it had pretty much all the logic in there, and say, yo, you messed up my stuff. Here's what it looked like before. Alright, you've done a good job on the refactoring, but you have not done a pure refactor. You have introduced a lot of visual changes to my app, and that's not okay, because I asked you to refactor. Um, so I need you to look at the original implementation of page.tsx and understand the differences between that and the implementation you've just provided, and then go through and make any adjustments to this refactored code to ensure that there are no behavioral or visual differences between what I originally had and what you have given me now. You're absolutely right. I apologize. Yeah, that's right, Claude. You're okay though. Trying. Deploy. Looking alright there. How's it looking on mobile? Eh, yeah, it's not terrible. Update the main page to restore the original visual elements. Okay, not too sure what it means there. Just the class names? Oh, what are you making it massive again? Pretty sure I'm gonna check this. No. Come on, you're like, when are the refactor now? No longer being you. Oh, screw you. No, 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 stop. Instead, going to take that prompt that I gave. Where was here? Let's take this, go into chat, start new chat, paste that in. I'm going to give it the context of the code base as well as the diff of the working state. So that's all these changes here versus what we originally had in TSA. So while this won't automatically apply code, it will allow me to put in more context. See how that goes. Uh, um, no good, no good. God, maybe I made it do too much in one go. Or maybe I should have just tweaked my prompt up here to say, uh, so when you, like, I still want you to preserve the files that you've added, the code that you've added. I just want you to apply the styling from the original page.tsx onto these refactored files. I don't want you to make page. You shouldn't really need changes at all in page.tsx. The changes is just going to be in all the components, right? So yeah, have a go at applying any of those styling differences such that when you're looking at this page.tsx we had before, ugh, I'm getting tired. When you're looking at this page.tsx we had before, I wanted to have the same exact styling as we had there, but in these refactored files under the new code base structure you've given me. Let's try this instead. You bloody give me a massive page.tsx again. Can live with that. Okay, that looks did before. Ooh, that's better. That's better. Okay, if we compare that to what we had before, I think it actually looks pretty much the same now, which is good. A refactor where it looks the same. That's what I wanted. Um, yep, that looks good. That looks good. That looks exactly the same. Nice one, Cursor. Oh, what else is happening? Oh, it's making some other improvements. Alright, be careful though. Uh, what was that last one? Speak, field, handle, name, key, press. Okay. Then probably. Um. Alright, well, let's just try and actually use it. So let's clear the demo data. And it, oh, does not clear the demo. There's an error here. Oh, jeez. Fix that up. I'm getting. Hang on, is this the last thing it just updated? This use subjects? I think I want to go back to that checkpoint. Is this working? No. Okay, let me go back to the other checkpoint then. Okay, I'm getting some errors now, like this. Please fix them. But visually, it looks a lot better. Just functionally, I've got this problem. Yes, please. Errors. Did that resolve the issue? Okay, well, no errors popped up. That's good. Assignment 554. What the? Oh, did it look like that in the original one? I swear it looks better than that. No, it didn't actually. Okay. Um, Controls. Now you need to fix up these other ESLint and TypeScript issues. Should probably go to bed. Alright, yep, get rid of that lint. What type mismatch? I don't know if that last one was necessary. Ugh. I think the lint errors were gone. Oh, never mind. Uh, why did this change? Not sure if that's just. Got this type error because I checked out the latest. Uh, I think I need to go back to that other checkout. Yeah, no. I think I'll check out. Oh, enough. Um, and uh, just delete. Cannot edit this. Hopefully that one. So wait, if I'm checking out all the way back there, then where do I my prompts? Uh, yeah, that's better. Okay, where are we at? Oh, let's confirm. We got any lint issues? Nope. Let's run the app. How's it looking? An error. Uh, Alright, let's try and take it for a spin. That's one. Okay. Let's maybe do this in a new. Oh, wait. Oh. Ah. Get rid of that. Errors. What? Oh. Ah. No. Chat. Ah. Okay. Where was it? H.tsa. That's better. Okay, stage that. Um, alright. Now let's go to a new. Oh, and we'll say, um, I think that when you add a subject, it should pre-populate with an assignment by default. Just call it like assignment 1 or something. Yeah, another assignment. It can be assignment 2, whatever. But I don't like when there's nothing in there. That seems weird. Uh, that tip. What? Uh, what? Hang on, what to do here? So there was demo subject. But geez. Huh? Set subjects, demos, data. But then there's no. No. Stupid. Reject. By default, it should um look, this should have been enough. Okay. Let's try that again. Clear demo data at subject. Starts with assignment 1. Can we I just feel like this assignment and then assignment 1 the alignment just looks off there. So we need to fix that up somehow. And also make it clear that these text input boxes are actually text input boxes. At the moment, it's not really clear until I click one. It makes it a bit hard to tell what's text, what's editable, and what's not. What the hell? What? What has happened there? That is horrendous. Um, Man, what did the other, what did the deployed environment look like again? Yeah, it starts with assignment one, which makes sense. What happened to the warning? Wasn't there a warning before when it didn't add up to 100%? Can you see any functional issues or just general bad practices inside of the code base? If so, find and address them to ensure that this app is functional as indicated in the README. Um, and also fix up this bloody bug where I try and enter an assignment and it's editing like the subject name, like they seem to be tied together somehow, which is not good at all. And also I add an assignment and it says some randomly generated number after it. Why not just assignment one? Got lots of problems here.